Hey everyone, it's Kayla here for Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for another soap making video. I know I have done this before, but I am going to be making another coffee exfoliating soap. The reason I'm actually doing this one for the channel rather than just doing a remake behind the scenes is because I am using a new coffee fragrance from off of Eiluxe, and I wanted to show you how it actually behaves, and then later on I will give you an update of how it performs smell wise over on the Instagram page if you come and follow me over there. I'm going to jump straight into making this soap. The first thing I'm doing is I'm adding in some cow's milk, and that's because I'm going to be making this into a cafe latte bar. Then I'm going to add in my lye solution, blend it up until it comes to emulsion, and then we're going to split it out for the colours. Okay, so the colours I am using for this soap today, in my big pot here I have got some mocha mica, and in this one here we've got some latte, and in my big bucket here I put in some titanium dioxide. Now I'm not really expecting this soap to stay white. This is more of a little experiment to see how much this fragrance is really going to discolour on me, because the fragrance I'm using today, it is called Coffee Date, and it's got notes of caramel, coffee, vanilla and almond, and it does say it's got vanillin, but it's very clear for a coffee fragrance that has vanillin in it. So I thought I'd stick with a white base and see how much it actually does or doesn't discolour with the fragrance. What I will do, talking of discolouring, I am going to save back just a little bit of this white for something I want to do on the top, because I do want it to actually stay nice and white for me. What I'm also going to add in here, just a little bit of coffee ground into my base layer, about a third of that. We'll mix that one in. So the fragrance oil, this is another one of the Eiluxe Fragrances. Now I actually wrote to the company and said, how on earth do I actually pronounce your business name? And she's come back to me and she says it is Eiluxe. So anyone here in Australia who are interested in them, it's E-I-L-U-X. I have left a link down in the description box for any Aussies that want to try it out. If you actually use the link that I've put there, it is a referral code that you do get $5 off your first order that you place with her. So I highly recommend giving that a go. Her fragrance oils are really nice. Yes, I had issues with the one that I used in the opal soap that I did, but I should have known that it was a floral fragrance. But every other one that I've been using so far has been really nice, including this one. This has gone beautiful and thin. It hasn't accelerated, hasn't riced, hasn't done anything naughty so far, and it smells really good, and that's something I've been really impressed with. The fragrance oils that I've been using so far, they have lasted through the saponification process. Now I am quite concerned with this one because it does have a low flash point of 65 degrees Celsius, and what that means, it's the temperature at which the fragrance oil will catch on fire if exposed to a naked flame. So that's not if you've got it in a candle. We're talking about if it's actually a fragrance oil in that jar. If this was sitting at 65 degrees and I put a match to that, that is going to catch on fire. But what I do notice when I am doing soaps with fragrances that have a low flash point is that they tend to evaporate out of the soap a lot quicker, or don't tend to hold as well as some of the other fragrances do. So I'm going to be keen to see how this one really does hold up, because I do actually find coffee fragrances are the ones that don't hold up very well in soap making. The Whiskey Angel that I used in the last coffee soap, that one did. So hopefully this one does as well, because it really does smell nice. It's got just enough coffee in there, but it's got that sweetness of that caramel, which is just, it makes it a really nice coffee smelling one. I'm very particular with my coffee fragrances. A lot of them to me just smell like chemicals, so I'm really particular about which coffee ones I use. Now what I've done is I've just poured a base layer in there. If ever you've had one of those really fancy lattes where it's a nice dark base in the soap, in the soap, a nice dark base in the coffee cup, and then they layer the milk on the top, that's the kind of look I'm going to go for. Pour some of that in there to loosen that up. That could actually go dark. Look at the colour that has gone in there already. So it could actually discolour this one. But as I said, I'm not going to be disappointed if it does, because you know what? Lattes aren't actually white in colour anyway. They usually go a really nice beigey colour. So hopefully there'll be enough vanillin in this to turn this white into a lovely beige colour. So we'll get the fragrance mixed into both of these, and I'm going to add the rest of my coffee into the white layer. So that's definitely going to change it anyway. That will definitely change the colour into a grey. Or not a grey, a brown. Oh dear, I can't talk today. It's so funny. When you actually go back editing videos, you don't realise how many errors that you actually make when you are talking. And you know, quite often I watch videos and I think, you know, I've quite clearly picked something up that's blue and I've called it green, and then I sit and think, I wonder how much I actually do that in real life, and how much, you know, talking to family and friends just down at, you know, the local coffee shop or something, how much do we actually say that's not correct? Very, very interesting. Alright, so this is behaving beautifully. What I have just remembered, I actually wanted to save some of that, which I didn't do. Okay, that is remaining so fluid that I've been able to scoop some out of that container so I can do my top. I'm loving the colour that's actually gone. Now I'm not really going to know if the colour discolours or not, but that is okay. What we're going to do is pull this one back in. This is so super fluid. What I want it to look like is, as I pour this in, I want that brown to kind of flow up and into this creamier sort of colour. I'm going to drop swirl that one into my bucket, scrape that one out because I don't want to save any of that one behind. So that's going to be a really interesting pour. What I was trying to achieve, and I don't know if it's going to work, is I really wanted a majority of that dark brown to actually stay on the bottom, but the reason I then poured in a whole heap quite quickly was because I also want it to kind of bring that colour up from the bottom and up into the whiter base as well. So I can see that it's brought a lot of that colour up over here. What I'm now going to do is just very gently with this other colour, I'm going to do my little top. I'm loving the colour that the main soap has gone with that coffee granule in there. I think the fragrance oil has discoloured it slightly. In fact, it would have had to with the colour it went when I poured it in. Hopefully this is still fluid. It is. Only just. No, it doesn't want to come out. I was going to try and do like the coffee patterns on the top that you get, like when they layer the milk into the cup and you get all the sort of rings of colour, but it's not gonna play, not today. Okay, so there it is. There is our next coffee soap that will be coming out. I am absolutely loving how that's come together. I really hope I'm getting that pattern on the inside, because that really did look like I was making lots and lots of silly mistakes then. But I'm hoping that the design idea I have is going to come through. So I'm going to leave this one sit overnight, and we will be back very shortly and we'll cut it open and see what we've got. I am now ready to cut into Cafe Latte, and this is it so far. Absolutely loving the colours it has gone, and I'm liking the real speckle look that the ground coffee is giving to this soap. It is still a little bit soft. I probably would next time put some sodium lactate in with it as well. The fragrance oils that I've put the sodium lactate in have been unmolding beautifully with like 24 hours later. This one here, because I haven't got that sodium lactate, is a little bit softer, but I really need to get them unmolded today because if you watched the vlog a little while ago, I was actually going to be busy tomorrow. Well, my time tomorrow, I am away, and then after that we're actually going on holiday, so I need to get all these soaps cut and prepared now, and also get some videos done up so that they're done for when we go away. But I've just cut through and we're going to have a look and see what we've got on the inside. Alright, so let's grab this one from off the end here. So there is the top with all our little coffee milk swirl and our bit of ground coffee, and that is the inside. That is a really interesting swirl up in there that has created. Should have actually cut that on the side because we've got some coffee that's pulled through, but it's come up exactly how I sort of envisaged it, with that dark layer of coffee on the bottom, and as you pour that milk in, it's just splashed in and it's bringing it up through into the top. It smells really good as well. It's not a super strong coffee fragrance, and you do get those sort of notes of that caramel and that almond coming through as well. So I'm really liking it. Really hope that it does hold nice and strong. If you follow along with me over on Instagram, once this one has fully cured, I will give you an update on how much this actually discolors, and I will also then also let you know how well that fragrance is held too. Oh, I like how that one's gone. That one's got lots of sort of wiggly lines of coffee coming up through that milk. Really like how that's gone. Okay, let's grab just a couple more of these before I go. Let's grab these two in here, like so. It's got a lot less of that sort of darker brown in there, but I absolutely love how that has all swirled. Get that turned over without squishing it. So I hope you have enjoyed watching how I have made my Cafe Latte soap. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. If you are interested, if you are here in Australia and you are interested in getting some of these Eiluxe fragrances, there is a link down in the description box. It is a referral link, but by you clicking on it and using it, you will actually get $5 off your first order that you put in with the company. So I highly recommend going to check that one out. So as I said, I hope you have enjoyed watching how I made my soap, and until the next time, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you then. Bye.